What a beautiful evening, oozing with festive vibes, and what a wonderful gathering of happy faces, all gathered here to celebrate 50 glorious years of the Manik Public School, which has been rightly referred to as Prabhu Nagari ke Jyot Stambha Tum Prabhu Nagari ki Shan by His Holiness Shri Jnanaraj Manik Prabhu Maharaj. It is indeed an incredible honor for me to welcome you all to this beautiful evening. Our founder, His Holiness Shri Siddharaj Manik Prabhu Maharaj, transformed a tiny hamlet called Manik Nagar into a throbbing hub of educational, spiritual, and social activities. Shriji always believed that education, rooted in our cultural ethos, was a prerequisite for building a responsible and vibrant society. For him, education was purely an activity of selfless giving, without expecting anything in return. In 1964, Shri S. Nijalingappa, the then Chief Minister of Karnataka, happened to visit Manik Nagar for Prabhu Darshan. During his discussion with Shriji, he learned that Maharajji was planning to open a school at Manik Nagar. In a lighter vein, the Chief Minister said, "Maharajji, what are you going to get out of our school? If you desire, I shall happily grant you a medical or an engineering college, which will really be a profitable venture for you." At this suggestion, Shriji smiled and with utmost politeness replied, "Nijalingappaji, I intend to plant saplings and not pluck ready-made fruits out of a grown tree." These words of Shriji perfectly summarize our educational mission. Indeed, the sapling sown by Shriji, known as the Manik Public School, has in these 5 decades grown into a mammoth tree of knowledge, providing its shade and shelter to thousands. I firmly believe that very few schools in the country must be able to offer the kind of platform our school offers in terms of cultural, moral, and spiritual development of a child. The school anthem says, "Takshashila Nalanda Gurukula ke Nutan Avatar, Jnanarjanarata Chatron ko do Bharat ke Sanskar." Our underpinning, which is anchored to the Indian ethos, the philosophy of India, and our very strong connect on that front, really sets us apart. The fact that we are located in a spiritually and culturally vibrant place like Manik Nagar and are ceaselessly driven by Shri Prabhu's all-embracing philosophy of tolerance, equality, and love, I don't believe that this combination of a value proposition can be offered by any boarding school of its kind in the country. A combination of a spiritual and cultural setting, along with a strong base of a Sanskriti and Sanskar of India, wherein both the teacher and the taught engage in a mutually enriching and syncretic process of teaching and learning in the Upanishadic spirit of Tejasvinavadhi Tamastu, is what makes Manik Public School stand apart. Education has no meaning if it is bereft of Sanskriti and Sanskar, and we don't have to go too far searching for them, as our founder, His Holiness Shri Siddharaj Manik Prabhu Maharaj, was himself an embodiment of these very values, which are described by none other than Bhagwan Shri Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. Shri Bhagwan says, "Amanitvam adambhitvam ahimsa kshantirarjavam acharyopasanam shaucham sthiryam atma vinigraha." Humility, unpretentiousness, non-violence, forgiveness, uprightness, service of the teacher, purity, steadfastness, self-control, these are the hallmarks of a yogi. Take, for example, the value of humbleness and respect for teachers. Even though Shri Maharajji was a presiding acharya of a prestigious spiritual seat, when it came to greeting his school teachers, he was a plain, simple, and respectful student, full of humbleness and reverence. Shriji was a Sadguru to thousands, but when in the presence of his teachers, he would always be their obedient student. यहाँ एक घटना मैं ज़रूर याद करना चाहूँगा और आपके साथ शेयर करना चाहूँगा। महाराज जी की जो विनयशीलता थी, वो हम सबको सीखने के लिए एक बहुत बड़ा मार्ग प्रदान करती है। सिद्धराज महाराज जी जब ग्वालियर की सिंधिया स्कूल से ज्ञानार्जन कर वहाँ से लौटे और उन्होंने ये निर्णय किया कि यहाँ अपने इस इलाके में, इस पिछड़े इलाके में, इस हैदराबाद कर्नाटक के अंडर डेवलप्ड रीजन में एक अच्छा स्कूल बनाया जाए, तो उन्होंने अपने प्रिंसिपल, वहाँ के प्रिंसिपल, जिनका नाम था श्री J.L. दर, वो कश्मीरी थे और बहुत ही स्टेडफास्ट, बहुत ही डिसिप्लिन के पसंद करने वाले और नो नॉनसेंस अप्रोच रखने वाले ऐसे उनके प्रिंसिपल थे J.L. दर साहब, बहुत ही कड़क मिजाज के। तो उनको महाराज जी ने रिक्वेस्ट किया कि सर मुझे अपने एरिया में अपने लोगों के लिए एक स्कूल खोलना है, तो आप ज़रूर मानिक नगर आएँ और मुझे इस स्कूल को इस्टेब्लिश करने में मदद करें। दर साहब आए, पर आने से पहले महाराज जी के पास से उन्होंने एक वचन लिया। बोले कि सिद्धराज, मैं जैसे चाहूँगा और मैं जो डेडलाइंस फिक्स करूँगा उसके हिसाब से यदि काम होने वाला है तो मैं आऊँगा, नहीं तो भाई आई एम नॉट इंटरेस्टेड। ही प्लेनली टोल्ड दिस टू महाराज जी, टू विच महाराज एग्रीड। एंड जब दर साहब यहाँ पर आए और स्कूल का काम यहाँ चालू हुआ, तो आप सब जानते हैं कि हमारा जो यहाँ का कल्चर है काम करने का, वो बम्बई, दिल्ली, पूना, इनसे थोड़ा सा अलग है। हमारा निज़ामी कल्चर है। हम लेट लतीफ़ लोग हैं, कोई भी काम आप बोलो अभी करता हूँ बोलते हैं, अभी का मतलब 2 दिन, कम से कम 3 दिन। और हैदराबादी हमारी बात करने की स्टाइल में परसों का मतलब आप जानते हैं क्या? परसों माने 20 साल पहले, अभी माने 3 दिन बाद। तो इस समय इस तरह का जो एक कल्चर हमारा होता है, जिसकी वजह से एक बार ऐसा हुआ कि कुछ डेडलाइंस दर साहब ने स्कूल के काम के संबंध में फिक्स किए थे जो मीट नहीं हो पाए। और दर साहब की हालत ऐसी हुई कि वो बहुत गुस्सा है, बहुत ज़्यादा गुस्सा उनको आ गया। उन्होंने तुरंत महाराज जी को फ़ोन लगाया, भाई सिद्धराज, वेयर आर यू, प्लीज कम इमीडिएटली टू स्कूल। महाराज जी की विनयशीलता देखिए। महाराज जी तत्क्षण गाड़ी में बैठे और स्वयं गाड़ी चलाते हुए स्कूल ऑफिस आए। देखा कि दर साहब अपने रौद्र अवतार में हैं, बिल्कुल अब निकलने की तैयारी में। बिल्कुल बोले, भाई सिद्धराज, दिस इज नॉट गोइंग टू हैपन, आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू स्टे हियर फॉर एनी मोर नाउ, आई एम गोइंग। और दर साहब निकल पड़े वहां से, ऑफिस से बाहर, और उनके पीछे पीछे दर साहब आगे जा रहे हैं और पीछे पीछे महाराज जी सर सॉरी, सर सॉरी, सर सॉरी की रट लगाए हुए दर साहब के पीछे। तो ये जो वैल्यूज हैं हम्बलनेस के, महाराज जी की कोई जरूरत नहीं थी किसी को सॉरी कहने की, किसी के सामने हाथ झुकाने की, किसी के सामने नतमस्तक होने की, किसी और को सॉरी कहने की। परंतु उनके टीचर्स, उनके आचार्य, उनके जो बड़े हैं, उनके प्रति उनकी श्रद्धा, विनयशीलता और इस पर्पस के प्रति उनका जो कमिटमेंट था, एजुकेशनल पर्पस के प्रति महाराज जी का जो एक कमिटमेंट था, उसकी वजह से दर साहब आगे और महाराज जी पीछे। सर आई एम वेरी सॉरी, सर आई एम वेरी सॉरी। तो ये जो एक विनयशीलता का भाव है, आज हमारे विद्यार्थी वर्ग में देखने को नहीं मिलता। आज हम देख रहे हैं, आप लोगों ने भी टीवी पर देखा, यूक्रेन से आ रहे विद्यार्थी, उनके पिता, प्रपिता के उम्र के लोग वहां ठहर कर उनको प्रणाम कर रहे हैं, उनको स्वागत कर रहे हैं। उनकी ओर देखने की भी उनको उतना भी वो नहीं, माने देखना भी जरूरी नहीं समझते, वो निकले जा रहे हैं आगे। तो ये जो विनयशीलता का भाव है, आचार्य के प्रति श्रद्धा का भाव है, अपनों से बड़ों के प्रति एक आदर का भाव है, ये सब हमें श्री जी के चरित्र से और उनके जीवन से सीखने को मिलता है। When a child comes to Manik Nagar for education, he or she cannot remain untouched by these values. Children automatically start imbibing the Sanskriti and Sanskar right from the time they join the school. As you are aware, Manik Nagar stands for all those beautiful things for which our great nation Bharat is known all over the world. With this background, I once again welcome you all to this beautiful gathering here. We are indeed privileged and blessed to have His Holiness Shri Jnanaraj Manik Prabhu Maharaj amidst us today. Pujya Shri Maharaj Ji is the biggest pillar of strength to us and our guiding light. On behalf of this gathering, I request Principal Madam Sumangala Jagirdar to garland Shri Ji and welcome him. Sadguru Manik Prabhu Maharaj ki jai. Thank you, Shri Ji, for your inspiring and guiding presence here. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, Today we have amidst us Wing Commander Shri Narendra Verma from the Air Force Station Bidar as our chief guest. For functions such as these, it is very important to have a guest to whom students can really look up to. We are so glad and fortunate that Wing Commander Verma, who in all respects fits the description of a role model for young minds, is here today as our honored guest. He exemplifies the values of service before self. Your inspiring presence, sir, is surely going to instill a sense of national pride in our students. He is today joined by his wife, Mrs. Kritika Singh Verma. We extend our heartiest greetings to you and welcome you to this gathering. Please put your hands together in welcoming our guests, Mr. and Mrs. Verma. Ladies and gentlemen, the school has been fortunate in having eminent and visionary educationists as principals during the past 5 decades. One among them is Shri GVVAS Murthy, who dedicatedly served the school for nearly 2 decades. In him, our students find a true guru and a mentor. Murthy sir is today here with us with Madam Murthy and family. I wouldn't be wrong in saying that the entire Murthy family has been a part and parcel of this glorious journey of Manik Public School. Dr. Chandrasekhar Patil, Honorable Member of Legislative Council and one of our proud old students, is here with us today. His contribution to the field of education and social service is immense. We are truly happy to have him here today. May I request Madam Principal to felicitate Dr. Chandrasekhar Patil. We also have with us another old student of the school, Shri Bhimrao Ji Patil, who has recently been elected to the Karnataka Legislative Council. We feel happy and proud to see our students achieving newer heights in the field of public service. I request Principal Madam Sumangala Jagirdar to felicitate Shri Bhimrao Ji Patil. I'd like to extend a very hearty welcome to all our old students. I extend a very hearty welcome to Shri Prakash Tonne, Shri Amar Erolkar and Dr. Sunil Bidayat, who is the Managing Director of Yashoda Hospitals, Hyderabad. Ladies and gentlemen, the Sanskriti Samvardhan Mandal Sharda Nagar Sagaroli is an organization of repute in the Nanded district of Maharashtra, which is rendering valuable service in the field of education, rural development and agriculture. Today, we have with us Shri Pramodji Deshmukh, Chairman of Sanskriti Samvardhan Mandal, who is an ardent devotee of Shri Prabhu and is steadfastly working for the overall development of the society and especially the rural regions of Maharashtra. We greatly appreciate the cooperation of SS Mandal Sagaroli in our educational endeavor. Ladies and gentlemen, the year-long Golden Jubilee celebration of the Manik Public School has just begun. 50 years is indeed an important milestone. But please remember, it is not a destination in itself, but a milestone along the grand path of progress and accomplishments. To put it in the words of Ijaz Rahmani, "Abhi se paँव के छाले न देखो, abhi यारों सफर की इब्तिदा है." Thank you. Jai Guru Manik.